Stearman & Sons, and today we're going to be doing part 2 of the workshop build and getting on with making a tool wall above the mitre bench here. So as you can see, we've got the basics of the mitre bench down, which is 5.3 metres in length with basically an 8-foot outfeed at both sides of the mitre table. What we need to do now is build a tool wall behind the back of both sides. In the future, I think I am going to put a French cleat system on, not because I like them, but just because I've never done one, so I just really want to have a go. But for today, we're just going to get a ply wall on the back so we can start hanging tools. So at the minute I'm really struggling with everything, it just seems to be everywhere. So even if we can just, like in the old workshop where we just had a screw for everything, that is going to be so much better than everything just being laid everywhere. So we're going to crack on now. I've got my youngest son Harley here helping me today, teaching him some life skills. We're going to get this ply up on the wall. Everything we use is always reclaimed wood. Every single piece of wood we use is reclaimed or repurposed or reused in some way. We never ever buy anything new. So finding the right length for timber is sometimes a bit difficult because we work with what we have, but we managed to find we've got a few pieces of wood that we're going to screw to the wall for battens, and then just attach a piece of ply onto that just so we can fix screws wherever we want to, rather than having to drill and plug all over the place. So we're going to get on with that now. Right, can you get me a spirit level, Harley? There's one here, look, right? I'm going to do. If you're wondering why I'm using a Black & Decker battery screwdriver, coming up there will be a video of my Von House 20 volt max tools where the drills don't get painted in a very good light. The rest of the tools are fantastic, but you'll see that if you hit the subscribe button, you'll be notified when that video comes out. It'll be a good video, I'm sure of it, but we're going to be reviewing the whole 20 volt max range in one video. And the fact that I'm using this Tonka toy means that the drills don't get painted in a very good light. Although they are very good drills and they work very well, I'm not saying any more. You're going to have to subscribe and get the video. Also, the reason we're using these batons, because we could just screw the ply straight to the wall, but we have these electrical cables, so the batons are just going to raise the ply board off the wall enough to be able to come over the top of these electrical cables, and I will put a mark up the ply so we don't screw into those electrical cables when we're putting our tools up. Right, now we've got the battens on the wall. We can lift them 8x4 sheet of ply in, but before we do that, we just need to see where this socket is so we can cut that out of the sheet of ply before it goes up. unscrew this. I just wasn't very well prepared with the screws. Now I've found the screws. We're just going to screw it back all the way across all the battens. Once that's up there, it's a nice thick piece of ply, that'll be solid, we can start hanging tools on it then. So this is the simplest, easiest way to do it. And I know what you're thinking, how is that reclaimed wood that you used on there? But it actually is. This is ply from old jobs that were collected from places. So it is, you can see it's not new, it's all reclaimed. And I do try and pride myself on only using reclaimed materials. I think there's so much good wood out there, but why go out and buy brand new wood? Why be chopping trees down? I'm not an eco warrior, but why be chopping trees down when there's no need for it? You know, there's so much good wood out there that we can use. We don't need to be using new wood, you know. If you look for it, you can find it. And this whole workshop so far has been built purely on reclaimed wood. It's not the smoothest, it's not the best, but it's, for me, it's free. You have to take a little bit of working, denailing, de-screwing, cleaning it up, but it means your workshop can be built for free and you're doing your bit. So we'll get this screwed up to all the battens now, make it solid, and then we can start hanging tools. One thing I don't advise you scrimping on is cheap screws and a cheap screwdriver. I can't wait to get my drills replaced, which should be getting delivered today, but I was too impatient to get this video made and get this wall up. So that's the backboard up now, and if you take one thing away from this video, is that even if you've got the cheapest, nastiest, most horrible little screwdriver in the world, you can do some stuff. So we're going to start marking out now. We just need to know where we're going to put some tools. We've got a few things that we need to get up already. I'd say in the future I might do a French cleat, just because I've not had a French cleat before, but for now I'm really happy with screws and a Sharpie line around it so I can see what goes where. It worked in my old workshop. I don't want to be moving tools around. I know people think, well, if I've got a French cleat, I could move that from my router bits from there and have them over there if I wanted to, but how often do you come into your workshop and go, I want my router bits on a different space on the wall? I'd say if I do it, it'll purely because I haven't had one before and I might make a little section of it, but for now, I just think it's perfectly feasible to put a screw in, hang your tool on it, and draw a nice line around it with a Sharpie pen, and then you can see when it's missing. So we're going to go grab the tools now and get that started out. This is a clamp rack that I made for the old workshop. Literally just a piece of pallet wood, got sort of grooves cut out of it for hanging the clamps on. Super simple, super easy. You know, wood drill bit through and cut up to it with your jigsaw. I'm going to try and fasten this onto the very top of this wall, which is just in my reach, so it'll be perfect and keep all the clamps high up and out the way. The first thing I'm going to do, it was fastened up on the old wall using this, but it's not needed now, so I'm going to cut that off over at the miter saw, and then we're going to try and screw that onto the top of the wall, see how that works. To get the picture, I'll give you a close up of this in a second, but you can see with a sheet of old 8x4 ply, a few bits of batten and a handful of screws and a terrible screwdriver, you can make a really usable workspace. You know, once that wall's full and we've got everything where we want it, we'll just put a Sharpie line around every tool, so as soon as the tool's taken off the wall, you can see it's missing. You know, you don't need a fancy French cleat system, although, like I say, I would like to do one just to say, I've done a French cleat system. And I might do that on the other side. We've got another full 8-foot wall at the far side of the miter saw, and when I've got a bit more time, we'll probably do that. But you know, we're trying to get the shop set up. We've got orders coming in that I need to be getting on with, but I'm spending half a day looking for tools because they're scattered around on the floor. So this really simple tool wall is going to make all the difference to me, and if it works, don't fix it. There's a close-up of the super simple tool wall. You know, it works. What you want, you take it off, you put it back. It's super easy, super simple, and it's, you know, it's a handful of screws and a sheet of ply, you know, a few lengths of 3x2, and once that wall's full, you know, it's going to be such a great way of just grabbing your tools, having them all on hand, really easily. And at this side, you know, maybe we'll do a French cleat system. That shelf's not fixed, it's just an old shelf out of the old workshop, but you know, maybe have a French cleat system on this side, who knows. But if you'd like to see if I can be bothered to do a French cleat system. So there you are, guys, super easy, super simple tool wall with minimal tools and minimal woodworking skills. If like me, you're just starting out on your joinery adventure and you need somewhere to work that's usable, but it's going to be easy for you to build, this is what you need to be doing. It's literally just an 8x4 sheet of ply and a handful of screws, and you can get yourself a nice easy tool wall, have all your tools on hand. You know, you're working here, you want to be able to put your hands on your tools. You just can't get easy, you can't get simpler, and you definitely can't get quicker. I don't believe it. We went home for dinner, Craig turns up from DPD with a brand new Ryobi drill after I've struggled on with the Black & Decker / Tonka toy all morning. But I did have it for this afternoon. We've done a lot more work. Just put a few more tools up. I'll show you a close up. Got a lot more to go up yet, but it's got some spanners, a little force and a bit holder that we've got the pillar drill up and running, and a little force and a bit holder. Don't know where the brush is to that dustpan. It's probably in the big pile of tools that I've got to carry on building up tomorrow. But all simple, all easy, with a few little pallet wood holders for the plane and the corner holders, some profiles, squares. Well, still a little bit more to do, a lot more tools to get hung up, and the right side to do.